Do you ever feel like you understand English perfectly, but when it's time to speak, your brain just shuts down?
Yes. You listen to podcasts, watch Netflix, and follow English content. But when someone talks to you, you freeze. It's frustrating, right?
Absolutely. And if that sounds like your experience, today's episode is exactly what you need.
We're talking about a very real problem. Why you understand English but still can't speak fluently. We'll show you why it happens and what to do about it.
I'm David, and you're listening to the Speak English podcast, where we help you practice, improve, and speak English with confidence.
And I'm Sarah. Every episode is full of real advice, examples, and motivation to help you finally break through and speak like you've always wanted.
So if you've ever thought, why do I understand English but still can't speak fluently? You're not alone, and you're in the right place.
Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any episodes, and let's get started.
So let's start by understanding what's really going on. When you listen to English, your brain is working passively. You're absorbing sounds, meanings, and rhythm, but you're not producing anything. And that's the key difference between understanding and speaking.
Exactly. Listening builds recognition, but speaking builds fluency. The mistake many learners make is thinking that if they just listen more, they'll automatically become fluent. But speaking is an active skill. You have to train your mouth and your brain to work together.
One of the most effective ways to bridge the gap is through what we call active speaking practice. This means creating moments in your daily routine where you speak English out loud. Not just thinking about words, but actually saying them, clearly and with intention.
That's right. Active speaking practice is about repetition, response, and rhythm. You speak what you hear, respond to questions, tell stories, and describe situations. It's not about being perfect. It's about building the habit of speaking, even if you're alone.
Think of it this way. Understanding is like watching someone dance. You can enjoy it and even know the moves in your mind. But speaking is like dancing yourself. You need balance, timing, confidence, and those only come with practice, repetition, and real movement.
And here's the good news. You don't need to live in an English-speaking country to practice this. You can do it anywhere, at any time. You just need the right techniques and a bit of daily commitment. And that's what we're here to help you with.
So if you're wondering why you understand English, but still can't speak fluently, the answer is simple. You haven't trained your speaking muscle yet. And like any muscle, it gets stronger with consistent and focused use, not just by watching or listening.
That's the heart of today's episode. We'll show you exactly how to practice speaking actively, how to avoid common mistakes, and how to build daily routines that make fluency possible. Are you ready? Let's look at how this works in real life.
Let's say you just heard the sentence, "I'm going to the store to buy some milk." A passive learner just understands it and moves on. But an active learner will repeat it out loud, change it slightly, and even create new sentences based on it.
For example, after hearing that sentence, you might say, "I'm going to the supermarket to buy some bread." Then you switch it. "She's going to the store to buy juice." This is how you build confidence and flexibility with real English.
Another method is to listen to short dialogues and pause after each sentence. Repeat it out loud. Imitate the tone and try to say it from memory. Then, change the words slightly. This helps your brain connect meaning, grammar, and sound automatically.
You can also describe your surroundings in English. Look around and say what you see. There's a book on the table. Then add details. There's a red book on the wooden table next to my coffee. This builds fluency through real-life observation.
A powerful technique is the question and answer drill. Ask yourself something simple. What did you eat for breakfast? Then answer out loud, I had eggs and toast. Change the subject. What did she eat? She had cereal and fruit.
The more you do this kind of practice, the more automatic your speaking becomes. It stops being a struggle and starts to flow naturally. You stop translating in your head and begin thinking in English because you're using it actively and repeatedly.
The goal here isn't perfection. It's about getting your mouth and brain used to working together in English. Even if you make mistakes, that's okay. Mistakes show that you're trying, and trying is the only way to improve.
So now that you've seen how active speaking practice works, let's talk about why it's so effective. Why does it make such a difference in your English fluency?
So why does this kind of active speaking practice work so well? One of the biggest benefits is that it helps you build real confidence. You're not just hoping to speak someday, you're speaking now, every day, and your brain starts to accept English as normal.
Exactly. When you speak out loud regularly, your mouth becomes more comfortable forming English words and sentences. You stop hesitating because your brain knows what to do. It's like training for a sport. You become faster and more coordinated over time.
Another benefit is memory. When you repeat and use phrases actively, they stick in your mind much better. Instead of forgetting new vocabulary after a day, you start remembering it automatically because you've used it, spoken it, and made it personal.
You also become more flexible. Instead of memorizing one sentence and getting stuck, you start learning patterns. You know how to change the subject, the verb, the tense. This means you can speak about more topics, with more freedom and creativity.
And let's not forget the emotional side. Many learners feel nervous or embarrassed when speaking. But when you practice on your own, out loud, every day, you get used to your voice in English. That lowers fear and helps you stay calm in real conversations.
Plus, you're developing fluency on your own terms. You don't have to wait for a class or a partner. You take control of your learning, and that independence makes a huge difference. You become the driver of your English journey, not just a passenger.
Over time, this consistent speaking practice turns into a habit. And once it's a habit, speaking English becomes part of your identity. You no longer feel like someone who's trying to learn. You feel like someone who uses English every day.
And now that you understand the powerful benefits of this practice, let's take a look at how you can start building it into your daily life, step by step.
Let's walk you through a simple daily routine you can start using today. Step 1. Choose a short audio in English, something between 30 seconds and 2 minutes. It can be a podcast clip, a scene from a show, or even a sentence from this episode.
Step 2. Listen to the clip carefully 2 or 3 times. Focus on the pronunciation, rhythm, and how each sentence flows. Don't worry about writing anything down. This is about listening with intention, not taking notes like in school.
Step 3. Repeat out loud what you hear. Try to match the speed and tone. This is called shadowing. It helps your brain and mouth sync up. If you miss something, pause and try again. You're training your reflexes, just like an athlete does.
Step 4. Now try to say the same sentence in a different way. Change the subject, the verb, or the time. For example, if you hear, "She's working right now," you might say, "They were working yesterday." This builds flexibility in your speaking.
Step 5. Describe something around you using the same structure or words. Let's say the original sentence was about working. You can look around and say, "I'm working from home today," or "My brother is working in his room." Make it real and personal.
Step 6. Ask yourself a question related to the sentence. If the sentence was, "She's cooking dinner," ask, "What is she cooking?" Then answer, "She's cooking pasta." You're building a full conversation just with your own voice.
Step 7. Do this practice for just 10 to 15 minutes each day. It's short, focused, and powerful. The goal isn't to study for hours. It's about daily repetition. A little bit every day is better than a long session once a week.
And that's it. 7 simple steps. Repeat them daily, and in just a few weeks, you'll notice real progress. But to make it work, there are a few traps you need to avoid. Let's talk about the most common mistakes learners make when practicing this way.
One of the most common mistakes is practicing silently. Many learners just listen and think the sentences in their head. But thinking isn't speaking. To improve fluency, you must move your mouth and speak out loud, even if you're alone in your room.
Another big mistake is trying to be perfect. People get stuck repeating one sentence over and over until it's perfect. That kills motivation. It's okay to make mistakes. What matters is consistency, not perfection. Fluency comes through repetition, not stress.
Some learners also practice too fast. They try to speak at native speed right away and end up frustrated. But fluency doesn't mean speed. It means flow. It's better to speak slowly and clearly at first. Speed will come naturally with time and practice.
Then there's the habit of skipping daily practice. Doing this once or twice a week isn't enough. Like building muscle, fluency needs daily effort. Even if it's just 10 minutes a day, the key is showing up consistently, not doing it perfectly or for hours.
Another mistake is practicing the same sentence without variation. You need to stretch your brain. Don't just repeat the same sentence. Change the subject, verb, or tense. This makes your speaking more dynamic and helps you use grammar naturally.
A lot of learners also rely too much on subtitles or text. They feel safe reading instead of listening. But real conversations don't come with subtitles, so practice without text as often as possible. This forces your ears and brain to do the real work.
And sometimes learners compare themselves to others and feel discouraged. But your fluency journey is personal. Focus on your growth, not someone else's. Comparing only leads to frustration. Instead, track your own improvement and celebrate small wins.
So now that you know what to avoid, let's challenge you to take action. It's time to put what you've learned into practice with a simple, powerful speaking activity you can try today.
All right, let's do this. Here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, choose one sentence from this episode every day. Listen to it, repeat it out loud, and then create 3 new sentences based on it. This entire practice can take just 10 to 15 minutes.
To help you start, pause the episode after this block, go back to a sentence you liked, and try the shadowing technique. Say it with the same rhythm and tone. Then build your own examples. This way, you're not just listening, you're speaking actively.
If you want to go further, record yourself. Listen back and compare it to the original. Don't worry about being perfect. Focus on progress. You'll be surprised how quickly your pronunciation, rhythm, and confidence start to improve after just a few days.
You can also create a small script or conversation using the sentence as a starting point. For example, if the sentence is, "She's working from home today," you could expand that into a mini dialogue about daily routines. Make it creative and fun.
Another great tip is to use your phone's voice recorder while you're doing this. It's like talking to a language coach, but the coach is you. Hearing yourself speak helps you identify areas for improvement and reinforces what you're learning.
And remember, it's better to speak a little every day than to wait for the perfect moment. You don't need perfect grammar, fancy words, or a special place. Just your voice, a bit of time, and the willingness to try. That's what builds fluency.
If you're feeling brave, you can even take it a step further and post your sentence or audio in an English learning group online. That creates accountability and connects you with others who are also practicing. Community makes practice more fun.
So that's your challenge. 1 sentence, 3 variations, every day for 7 days. You've got the tools, you've got the method, and you've got the motivation. Now let's wrap up with a few final thoughts before we finish today's episode.
So, let's quickly summarize what we've talked about today. We've covered the importance of speaking out loud every day, using shadowing, and creating variations of sentences. We've also discussed the key benefits of this practice and how it can help you build real fluency.
Remember, consistency is key. The more you practice speaking in real situations, the more confident and fluent you'll become. It's all about making English a part of your daily life and actively using it every single day.
We want to hear from you. Share your experiences. Did this technique help? What challenges did you face while practicing? Comment below with any situations where speaking out loud made a difference in your learning process.
And if you made it this far, we know you're serious about improving your English. So, write the word "speak" in the comments so we can know that you've reached the end of the video and are committed to your language learning journey.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tips and strategies to improve your English. And if you found this video helpful, hit the like button to show your support. It helps us keep bringing you more content like this.
Thanks for listening. And remember, practice makes progress. Keep speaking, keep improving, and we'll see you in the next episode of the Speak English podcast.